the game, cause see the boxing voice.
Welcome back, gang, for the first time and hopefully many more to come. Don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel and click on the notifications right here, this little bell, so you can get those emails every time we go live.
And this is Akin, aka Jack is the Truth, with the Boxing Voice. I'm here at the press conference for Crawford Khan with legendary trainer Bo Crawford. BoMac, how are you?
I'm good, man. How you doing?
I'm really well, sir. I said Bo Crawford, and that's probably down to the way you described your relationship with Crawford. You described it as a symbiotic relationship, someone that you feel that you're learning from just as much as he learns from. Do you think that's the key to his undoubted success so far?
I believe that plays a big part because you have to remember something. Of course, I used to fight, and I used to see it in there. I used to see punches coming. You know, now we fast forward 20 years. I'm not fighting. He's in there fighting. So he sees stuff in there that I may not see. I may tell him to do a combination. Then he'll say, "Boy, I don't think that's the right combination," because he see it. You know what I'm saying? He sees how he can maybe get counter, or how the fighter can come after him. So, I mean, you just learn like that. Yeah, then you'll take that when you take that to another fighter, and you might want to think and say, well, maybe I shouldn't teach him that, because teaching just for that particular fight, because, you know, of what me and Crawford worked on before.
Do you think it's important for fighters to have a say, or to be good listeners? What kind of fighter do you prefer? Do you prefer someone that can say, no, coach, I feel that I can do it this way, or would you rather someone that is attentive and can listen to your direction?
No, it's important, man, to listen to the fighter. You always got to listen to the fighter, man, because you got to remember they the ones in there fighting. So they the ones in there letting their hands go, seeing the speed, the timing from the other fighter. So you definitely got to listen to your fighter, and then y'all work together and try to come up with a game plan.
So Amir Khan, how come you opted for that fight? There were people like Collazo being offered Danny Garcia. That fight fell through. Well, apparently they didn't respond to the offer. Why Amir Khan?
Amir Khan is a great fighter. He's got high accolades, silver medalist, fought some great guys in there, then beat some great opponents, and he accepted the fight. You know, he's rated in somebody's in the top 4, top 5. So why not fight him? You know, he got a great name. He got a good fan base. He can bring some numbers to the table, and he's also dangerous.
So you don't consider him, without being disrespectful, a cherry? And I'm saying that because I've heard that terminology used. People think he's susceptible to being knocked out, as his record proves. Do you feel that influenced his decision in picking this fight, or do you think that Amir Khan genuinely poses some threats to Terence?
Well, he definitely poses some threats of just about what he brings into the ring, the experience, the speed, the footwork, all of that, you know. So, but as far as cherry picking, no, you know, because if we was going to cherry pick, like we wouldn't have been calling out Spence, we wouldn't have been calling out Thurman, we wouldn't have been calling out Garcia. He wouldn't have been calling out all those top names. So as you look, we started going down the list, and since so happened Khan accepted the fight, so it's time to go with him.
I'm glad you mentioned those other guys. We were listening to the press conference earlier, and Bob was saying that it just seems impossible to make fights with PBC fighters. Do you think that's disappointing for the era of boxing that we are? Do you think that will ever happen? We'll ever get to see who is actually the undisputed? A lot of people think Bud is the pound-for-pound king. Will he ever get the chance to prove it against the likes of Errol and Thurman?
Well, you know, that's what we got our fingers crossed for, is after we get done with Khan and they see how well that numbers are as far as pay-per-view, they can look at the overall picture instead of just getting 3 to 4 million, and then on the backside, or they can ask for a little bit more, 5 or 6 million. You know, I don't believe those guys over there at PBC is making that type of money, but you can see they making that type of money over here with Bob Arum, Matchroom, ESPN. So we'll see how it goes.
How does that make you feel, that it comes down to money? I mean, when you used to fight, Was that the biggest motivation, or is it to get out there and prove you're the best? The fact that you're saying we want to see how the numbers do well and that can influence us fighting Thurman, etc. How does it feel as someone that used to fight, that money is the biggest contributing factor to making these big fights happen?
Well, once you get to that level where these guys are at, and then certain guys don't want to fight you, and some fighters that want to fight you can see the opportunity there about getting a large check, the life-changing money that can help your family members and your kids for the rest of their life. So, I mean, why not take that fight, man?
The boxing voice, Nesta Gibbs. I spoke to Terence earlier. He said that he considers Ness a hater, but that's because Ness is Team Thurman. We have a guy on the show called Mike Gross, and he is Team Bud all the way. I mean, he leads an army of people in the chat that are very pro Terence. I would like you to tell Ness why Terence Crawford right now will dismantle Keith Thurman.
Well, the world knows that Terence dismantle Keith Thurman. First and foremost is he won't take the fight, so that's one. So that's psychologically the first battle that that we won. The second is that the boxing ability of Terence got, and Thurman got. Thurman has good boxing ability. Terence has tremendous boxing ability, and then just the power. Keith Thurman's called himself one time. He do one time on those smaller opponents. I don't think he's going to be able to do one time on Terence.
I like it. Okay, going back to this fight, how do you see it ending? Will it be a knockout or a boxing display? What are you training him to do? Are you training him to take out Amir Khan because of that chin, or are you training him to take him to deep waters and teach him a boxing lesson?
Well, we never train for the knockout. If it's there, we'll take it. But like you just said, the elephant in the room is that chin. And if he stick it out there, I'm going to tell him to tap it on it. And, every time you get tapped on that chin, we all know what happens. So it's simple.
BoMac, I really appreciate you talking to the Boxing Voice. Anything else you'd like to add?
Oh, man, just thank the Boxing Voice for having me. Y'all be good. I'll see y'all in the future.
Thank you very much for your time, bro.
What is up, TBV family? Yes, YouTube has been cutting funding to their channels as of late, and with net neutrality going through its process, the internet is changing. If you want to keep your favorite channel intact, coming up with tons of content, and plus get hours and hours of extra content, head over to patreon.com/ThaBoxingVoice to become a member of the TBV family and help support the channel. Peace.